Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. And for today's video, we're going to break down the Las Vegas Raiders, and I'm going to predict which games they're going to win and lose this year. And again, my prediction is a little different than probably what you're used to seeing, as in I'm going to also be anticipating upsets that may happen. So just because the Raiders may be better than one team does not mean that I'm going to guarantee that they're going to win. I'm going to try to simulate what happens in a real NFL season. I've henceforth taken the time to go through each and every game prior to these, so that way I can try to make it a little realistic in terms of just, when upsets happen, because obviously we're not going to see teams that's, not necessarily at the top of the league go winless. That doesn't often happen in the NFL. So they're going to beat somebody. Upsets do happen. So I try to anticipate that as well. But with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about these Las Vegas Raiders. And so now they're going to finally get to have in their new stadium here in Las Vegas, full crowd out there. They're going to be excited. It's going to be a lot going on there. So you can tell that there's a lot of excitement. And hey, them ticket prices, they're not going to be cheap, and for a reason, because it's going to be quite the experience to watch these Raiders play. Now, last year offensively, these Raiders, they were about middle of the road offensively. Obviously, this team's going to go as far as Derek Carr is able to take them. Josh Jacobs, the combination of him, Kenyon Drake, I do like that. I think that's an underrated combination there. Guys like Henry Ruggs the third, he's going to have to step up tremendously, take a big leap in year two. That would help drastically to help this team out. But having him, Hunter Renfrey, Brian Edwards, guys like that, they're going to have to step up big. And let's not forget the addition of John Brown from Buffalo. I think that was a solid pickup there. Him, Willie Snead. So they've got some pieces to work with offensively. And on the offensive line, obviously the veteran presence of Richie Incognito, that's going to be big for them. Andre James, he's going to have a huge year. The addition of Alex Leatherwood through the draft, I'll touch more on that in a minute when I start discussing their draft picks. But he's going to have a big year and prove that the Raiders did select him pretty high for a reason. So they're going to have to show us why they chose him a lot higher than a lot of experts had him rated, I feel. But we'll see how that plays out. Darren Waller, hey, he's a flat out baller, and so the more that you can utilize him, the better. So I'm excited to see how this offense is going to look, and this offense is going to have to be, I think, a top eight offense for the Raiders to, have the type of season that they're wanting to have this year. Definitely to help out the defense. And this defense, they're still young. They're going to need a lot of guys to step up. From Jonathan Abram to let's see, Tyvon Miller. That secondary especially is going to have to take another leap this year, especially when you're going against guys that's like Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs, or either when we're talking about the Chargers, Justin Herbert. So there are some pieces out there that they're going to have to really play big for. I know the addition of Casey Haywood, just his veteran presence. I did like that move this offseason. Clinton Farrell, going to need for him to continue to, to develop and take that next step. Yannick, Noku, he's a good addition from the Baltimore Ravens, I feel. And so we'll see how this all gels together. But I expect the Raiders defensively to be better than they were last year. Now, how much better, that remains to be seen. And that is honestly my biggest question right now with the Raiders, aside from a couple pieces on offense. But just how much better will this Raiders defense be? They should be better, most definitely, than what they were last year. But I mean, I feel like this AFC West is going to be a tough one. So let's go ahead and dive into really quickly their draft picks. I do like their first, three of their first four draft picks. I feel Letterwood's a good pick. Probably wouldn't take them that high, but we'll see how that goes out. Trayvon Monrig, I feel from TCU, as long as injuries doesn't impact him, he should develop into a very solid safety. So I like that one. I really like seeing guys like Malcolm Coens from Buffalo, Virginia Tech's Divine Diablo. I feel like those two especially bring a lot of upside. And so that may be a good move there for them. We'll see, obviously, as it goes on. But without further ado, let's go ahead and start discussing these games here. So when it comes to the first game at home against the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson and company, that's going to be an exciting one. It's going to be a night game and stuff. And so I've actually got the Baltimore Ravens winning this one down here at Las Vegas, although I think it's going to be very close. I'm thinking extremely close, like maybe 26-24, something like that. But I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. Against Pittsburgh, I've got the Raiders going on the road at Pittsburgh and beating Pittsburgh. And then against the Miami Dolphins, I'm going to give this one to the Las Vegas Raiders here to beat Miami at home. They'll get their first home win of the season here. So that'll be a lot to be stoked about. Against the Chargers, you've got to definitely check out my Chargers video if you haven't. I've been pretty high on these Chargers, but I've got the Las Vegas Raiders winning on this one. And against the Chicago Bears, I'm anticipating that at this point of the season, Andy Dalton will still be the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears, and so I've got the Raiders winning this one. Against the Denver Broncos down there at Mile High, I've actually got the Broncos winning this one. I mean, they've got a lot of athleticism, so I've got the Broncos beating the Raiders on this one. Against Philadelphia, yeah, the Raiders are going to win that one. And then there's a bye week. And then week 9 against the New York Giants. I've got the Giants pulling off an upset here. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like, with this Raiders team and their defense, there's going to be some games where the defense may, this seems like a trap game, honestly, right there, where it could be you're going to be looking forward to the Kansas City Chiefs that's coming up the next week. And so it's a potential there. Now, obviously, these Raiders, I'm not saying that they can't win this game, but through my simulation here, I felt that this is one that, potentially the Giants could steal. So we'll see if that actually happens. And then in week 10 against the Kansas City Chiefs, I've got the Chiefs winning that one. And so at home against the Cincinnati Bengals, I have got the Raiders beating the Bengals here. And then against the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, I've got the Cowboys coming away victorious there. And then against the Washington football team, I really like this Washington football team a lot. So I've got them winning that one. And now the second time in which they play Kansas City here, I think that the Raiders, they're going to find a way to win this one. They're going to split with Kansas City again. They just, last year they showed that they really match up well with them. And so I've got that one taking place there. Against the Cleveland Browns, I've got the Browns winning that one. Really love this Cleveland team a lot this upcoming season. At home against the Broncos, got them winning that one against the Broncos. And then after that one, on the road at Indianapolis, that's one of those games that it could go either way. But I think at home, the Colts are going to find a way to win that one. So I've got the Las Vegas Raiders losing that one. And then the Los Angeles Los Angeles Chargers. For their second time there, I've got them actually losing to the Chargers on this one. And so overall, I've got these Raiders going 8-9. 3-3 within the division. I just feel that this is going to be a tough division. And so each game is going to be a battle. I do have them splitting with the Chiefs. In terms of some games that I feel could be swing games, is that, it could go either way. I feel there's a chance that they could win at home against the Baltimore Ravens for sure. And then obviously the game against the Giants, if we're just talking about who's the better team, because I know I'm going to get grilled in the comments for this. If we're talking about who's the better team, then it would be the Raiders. But in this game, since I'm including upsets and stuff, I went with the Giants in this one. I just feel like, there's a lot of talent in this AFC West. And so they're going to end up falling just shy, I think, of making the playoffs. But yeah, 8-9 is the record we came up with here. So there you have it. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Do you agree? Obviously, I know that the Giants is a game that, a lot of people are going to say that the Raiders, should pick to win that one. And again, if this was a video just to talk about who's the best team, that would be the scenario. But this is just me also incorporating upsets as well throughout the season, as I've done for every team. And so there you go. But thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.